All right, today's video is going to be a little bit more on a sensitive topic. It's going to be the harsh reality about skins. I've kind of been talking about this on and off on Twitter with some of the posts that I've been seeing and other things where I feel like it's time to kind of sit down and discuss this. I've been seeing discussions like this within a lot of different gaming communities that do have like these individual heroes as, like characters to give skins to. And there's always some sort of a discourse of people saying things like, even in the Overwatch community, people saying things like, well, this hero got a skin last season and the season before that, or even they got two skins, excuse me, in this season. Why are they getting another skin again in the next season? And, I really want to keep this video short and sweet. And the harsh reality about it is simply hero popularity. Is if you think about it from a business perspective, like whether we like it or not as gamers, at the end of the day, like these games are free to play because the idea of being free to play is that the cosmetics will be paid. Like the way they make their money is that, hey, the more time you spend in their game, the more time you're in it, like the more likely you are to spend on their game. That's the philosophy they run by. So the way this is then reflected in the game, in games like Overwatch or League of Legends, is they tend to look at, hero popularity. So who are the most popular heroes in Overwatch? Now, here's an article that was basically reported about. Jeff Kaplan revealed years ago that Genji and Mercy were by far the most popular characters in the game. There was a significant drop in numbers, and then the next heroes pop up. Even today, if we open up the overbuff pick rates, granted that they can be a little bit all over the place, let's look at the top 5 characters in each role. In the top 5 damage role, you got Cassidy, Genji, Soldier, Widow, Hanzo. On support, you got Ana, Mercy, Moira, 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐈, Lucio. On top tanks, you got Ryan, D.Va, Zarya, Hog, and Doomfist. And these are definitely characters that we see in a lot of our games. So it is likely that, these characters will be getting skins. Now, we could even, tone this down a little bit. I do think, the Doomfist community is very, very big. Doom does get, some skins here and there. I think there's no denying that 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐈 is, probably now the most popular support and has overtaken Mercy. Maybe, I don't know, we don't really have the full data to go by it, but that could be the case. Like Ana is very, very popular too, and obviously overbuff data is skewed because it depends on the season, the meta, the pick rates, and things like that will fluctuate a little bit. But fan base wise, I think we can all agree that the heroes that are listed, we can actually say that, yeah, these heroes are somewhat popular. Only one hero that maybe I would swap out, I would take Widowmaker or yeah, I think Widowmaker is probably the outlier. I take Widowmaker and swap it with Reaper. I would definitely say Reaper is way more popular than Widowmaker, but Widowmaker, for extremely obvious two ginormous reasons, is much more marketable than Reaper is. Regardless, Reaper is also a very popular character. Speaking of Reaper, check out this leak over here. Now, this is a totally not an accident leak that Overwatch has pulled on the Battle.net launcher that I actually caught live, where they put this flyer, the poster or something, where they were like, hey, the new season's coming soon, and here's the Reaper Mythic, here's a Genji Sushi Warrior skin, this 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐈 that legitimately looks like a second Mythic skin for her. You got this, you got Juno on the front here, you got this amazing Scarab Echo skin in the back. So when we look at the characters that are being presented over here, 3 of these characters do get a lot of skins. Reaper has gotten a lot of skins. 𝐒𝐿𝐄𝐈 is the most, I think she is the character that has received the most skins in Overwatch. She has not missed a single season. Even Genji has missed 1 season, if I'm not mistaken. And, he's received another skin over here. I'm not going to quick criticism. I think this is a very lazy attempt of making a sushi, chef type skin for Genji. I think this is incredibly lazy because, as you can clearly see, it is legitimately his default skin with the same color scheme, with the sushi hat and mask on. This is actually ridiculous, Blizzard. How lazy have you become? I could be wrong. The in-game model could look different, and I hope to be proven wrong, and maybe the art just doesn't do it justice. The swords look really neat, I will say, and that's going to be the things we'll be looking at majority of the time. But, my little fanboying about the skins aside, I'm going to save that for the trailer tonight. I do want to talk to you guys, there's people don't get that the more popular heroes will be the ones to get skins. And here's the thing, even if you want to do some basic maths and discuss it with me, I want you to seriously think about it. If X hero has 100 fans and 10 of those fans are willing to buy a skin, and Y hero has, let's say, 50 fans but only 5 of them are willing to buy the skin, by that ratio, Blizzard is going to give more skins to X hero. Now, the thing is, I had somebody that tried to argue with me in the comments today on Twitter, and they were like, that wouldn't have to be the case if you gave a character more skins, because if you give them more skins, people will buy. But that's not the case. I'm actually like, you can feel free to debate with me on this, but you have to understand people have like a certain set of heroes that or like, hero stereotypes that they vibe with. Just because you resonate more with one character that might be on the unpopular end, sadly so, doesn't mean that everybody else is entitled to like that character too. If a lot of people, for example, let's say in the damage role at the moment, there's criticisms about, let's say, a character like, Genji and Reaper have been getting a lot of skins, and Venture is a character who's not gotten a single legendary at all. And I actually agree with this one point. I do believe Venture needs a legendary. Okay, I do agree that Venture needs a legendary, but let's like forget like that little outlier that Venture doesn't get legendary skins. The thing is like when probably like Blizzard released the Venture ice cream skin, they do have the data of where they see that, well, what happens if we release a Venture skin and let's say in that same season a Reaper skin, which one of them tends to be bought? And you cannot lie with the data. At the end of the day, this is a business, and a business needs to make money to keep their lights on. Overwatch has lost a phenomenal amount of money into the PvE that never came to be, into the systems that never came to be. They suffer from all the layoffs. It's actually sad because I think the game is really close to being put on maintenance mode, which I hope it isn't. But like, please logically think about it, is that yes, I understand it is not fair when your favorite character does not get a skin. I fully agree. I think it sucks. In the perfect world, in my honest opinion, every hero should be able to get a skin in a one season. Like, the thing that has made me upset, I've ranted about this in other streams and videos before, is that I don't understand why Blizzard doesn't scale up the amount of skins they make. Oh, that's right, they don't have any more workers to get into working even faster. But if they're going to be making so many recolors anyway, then surely it's not going to be hard to perhaps, give Venture a small recolor, and give them a mask or something, and then call that a new legendary skin and sell it for $19. You see what I'm saying? So my point is clearly there's been a drop in Blizzard's quality of skins. Sometimes, like you can see the skins that they want to put a lot more effort in because they wanted to sell, but there's obviously a lot more skins that may look like they have not received any love at all. I think the Overwatch season, despite for me being a very fun season because I'm a big fan of Kamen Rider and things like that, and this season was a tribute to that. At least skins and cosmetics wise, I was a big fan of the season, and not gameplay, of course. Like, at least mid-season patch was horrendous, but it's like, it's the harsh pill to swallow that if your character is unpopular, they will not receive that many skins. And that is just how the cookie crumbles. That is just how the wheels keep turning in the business. It is what it is. Even like an ice cream company like Baskin Robbins, like the more popular flavors will tend to stick around, and then they experiment with some other flavors here and there. Or like, like there will be some companies that do test marketing for different things that they might want to sell, and if that product doesn't sell, they just discontinue it because it's like, well, this thing doesn't give us money. And again, I understand it's not the answer that people want to hear, but I feel like, I have a master's degree in business, and I feel like this was just something that I wanted to talk to the community about and also get your guys' opinions. Like, again, bear in mind that Overwatch had a bunch of layoffs as well from the Microsoft acquisition. That, like, we thought Microsoft was supposed to save Overwatch. Well, it actually screwed Overwatch even more, and an argument could be made that perhaps Microsoft is the one that told Blizzard to kind of just go into like semi-maintenance mode, where, which is where Overwatch is at right now, and at best that they can like release a hero every now and then with a bunch of recolored skins and some unique skins in there. So anyways, everybody, like, that's my thoughts on the situation. Like, obviously I understand, like, once again, same thing, like, in the perfect world, everybody's character can get a skin. Like, in my opinion, I think Blizzard should, like, maybe, like, again, like, I think they can just up the skins by 5 per season. Like, instead of the current batch, I believe we get about 20 to 25 skins. They can release about 30 skins. Like, we have, I believe now we do have 40 plus heroes, right? Completely lost the number, but I do believe we do have about 40 characters. We will be going to have 40 more characters, so perhaps a way to keep people happy would be to increase the amount of skins you put out, even if there's going to be a bunch of recolors. That's just, you know, it's just one of those cases. Well, you know, it is what it is. What can you do about it? But if recolors are that easy to make, if you like a recolor and you're going to buy it, it's a win-win, because you like something, you got it, and they got money for it, so why not, if they're going to do recolors anyway? At the same time, I think the real problem is when in one season, one character gets two skins. For example, in this season, if you look at your screen right now, I find it absolutely stupid that not only did Roadhog get the Kaiju skin, but he also got this lifeguard skin that could have easily gone to anybody else in the roster that perhaps doesn't have something like this. Hilariously enough, you could have given this skin to somebody like, I don't know, like maybe Sigma. I mean, you know, I know he has a summer skin, but you know, you could have done like Lifeguard Baptiste, and like, you know, he throws out like that hoop that saves people, when that could be his, you know, his thingy, like the immortality field. You could have done something a little bit different. You could have done a Lifeguard Iliari, a Lifeguard Brigida. I believe Brigida doesn't necessarily have a summer skin. I know she has like that fisherman one. I don't know if we count that one or not, if we're going by the Lifeguard theme, but like, you know, there's other characters you could have clearly given it to. Anyways, everybody, that's going to be it for this video. If you want to support the channel for free and stick around for more discussions and things like that, then do hit like and subscribe. It helps support me for free, and I really appreciate it. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.